Hello again, loved ones out there that come to this site. I'm Love again, and I was listening to Nipsey a while ago here, and he had something to say about DEMARCO. Okay, I wrote it down as usual, and so I wouldn't forget anything that he wanted to relay. Here's what he says. He says, DEMARCO was a friend of mine. We go way back, actually, said Nipsey. So, to put a lot of guessing to rest, I'll tell briefly what it is that happened. That was so similar to my situation, he says. And who's accountable? He was an unknown musician who had a lot to offer, was making his own way. He lived in the Crenshaw district, too. And so did I, said Nipsey, until I moved up to ship here, temporarily, until I get situated back again on Earth, he says. I wouldn't be talking if I wasn't alive, said Nipsey. You just don't see me because I'm not with you. It's easy to criticize when you don't know what you're talking about, he says. But if you knew, well, you'd face the truth and look into it. This is Nipsey still. I go off when I read comments by disbelievers who are cavemen and cave women, who's not hip to life eternally. Anyway, like I said, DEMARCO was on the same vibe as me. He was even generous like me, says Nipsey. He would go to church though, and I wouldn't, he says. I would pray to God at home, said Nipsey. He says, Marco, we called him Mark. He was aggressive. The resemblance is canny. He liked my baby's mama. I was okay with that, he says. We had parted years ago, though, so I had let her go. She was on her own. But I kept my eyes on my Imani at all times, says Nipsey. Then, one day, she rushed me. She wanted a quick decision. Who was I with? She kept asking. She wanted to know because it would make a difference for her decision to pursue more than friendship with DEMARCO. Then he got a call. He told me when he kept apologizing about being with my girl. And I said, she's free. But she kept pursuing him and me, said Nipsey. So I put a stop to it, till one day I saw him. He was trying to inform me of something, so I put the pieces together. He had ran a music company that he hadn't licensed yet, so his music was illegal. Others held copyrights, so what was he to do? He goes over to the WB to get recognition. They accepted him, and so he had papers to fill out. But when he got there, he was threatened not to do so. Why? Not only because of the copyright problem, but because I'd be competition, says Nipsey. Heavier. My music over him. Atlantic didn't want that. They scout out competition, says Nipsey, and will terminate their competitor's bid. No intentions allowed to out them, says Nipsey. Actually, he's talking to me right now. I'm going to repeat what he just said. Say it again, baby. Okay, he says, she's looking right at me. He says, I wish I could come to you all. He says, but those of you with the synthetic eyes seem to think that we are a ghost. He says, but it is your eyes, your lenses that are weak. And so she sees me well enough because her eyes are a little stronger, he says. She touches me too. Okay, he says, but I won't say no more than that. He says, I have other friends that see me, and their eyes are stronger too. Okay, he says it's a long story. He said, I love you all who have cared for me in your messages. I will be back soon. To each of you who I feel is special. He says, I didn't die. He said, no, I wasn't in that casket. He said, these are new times now. Okay? He says, you must advance yourselves. You're being tricked with holograms and matrix, and not just in the movies. He says, so come forth with more knowledge and listen to this site. Okay? He says, I have much more to say. Okay? He said, love y'all. This is love. I was just listening to Nipsey. I'm love herself.